Hi everyone, I'm Dave Mulvan. I'm here with Dan Schultz to my left, Mike Godwin over here to my right. We're going to be recapping this past week's round 2 of the playoffs in both the B division and the A division. So guys, before we get started, how are we doing this week?
Doing great.
Doing good.
Great. Now, Dan, you can join us as being someone who's knocked out of the playoffs.
Yeah, we're all
now you just
spectators.
relax and you just get to enjoy the playoffs
Exactly.
now from
Exactly.
the outside looking in.
I've already talked to Ted about his popular vacation spots. I'm looking somewhere where I can rock a Hawaiian shirt just like he did for the last few weeks.
Now, Dan, this is the first time in a while that you've been out this early in the playoffs. I think last season you were with J Squad, right?
Yeah,
so you must have finished second. And then the season before that, I think you were actually on a little vacation while your team was winning the championship.
Yeah.
So-
Still have the trophy, so at the end of the day, I'm the one laughing. But it's a weird feeling. But I was happy with the way.
Dan, did you stole that trophy from 2 seasons ago?
No. I didn't steal. Listen, it's a figure of speech. I don't have the trophy
Okay.
myself.
I thought you stole it from.
I mean, I think I know where it is. It's in Mark's barbershop. I could just go and steal it anytime I wanted to, because I was the one to form the team. But I'm not going to take
But you
all
on
credit for it.
vacation.
No.
You decided to take a vacation.
That minor details.
What we're trying to get at is don't take vacations during the championship game if you expect to be there.
Yeah.
And the championship games will be on April 27th.
Mhm.
So we have 1 week left, all semifinals for each of the divisions, all for Easter, and then championship, like I just mentioned, on the 27th. So let's get started in the B division. We had 2 overtime games this past week. So, competition level was at an all-time high. Let's start with one of those ties. Elite versus Delaware.
This is surprising.
Well, actually, Elite was up like 20, weren't they? Or like
Yeah, Elite was up pretty
they
big
were
for a
up
little
pretty
while.
big late in the game.
Delaware was able to get back into the game with a huge performance by Joe Walsh. 32 points, 6 rebounds. Bill, I expect more out of him. It looks like he struggled, but they got the win nonetheless.
Mm-hmm. Well, Elite is a little bit bigger of a team than most teams in the B division. So, yeah, the fact that Bill had an off game a little bit, and they were still able to pull it out. I mean, that's extremely impressive. It was the Joe Walsh show. I mean, no one else outside of he and Bill got in double figures. So that's a little bit of a concern going forward. But again, that's kind of the way it's been all year long, and they've still been able to pull it out. So to get a big win like this, I mean, that's very surprising, and it's got to be a huge confidence boost because Elite was a top team in the B division all year long.
So we have Delaware moving on, and we were a little bit worried about Delaware during the regular season. Remember then they were here a few seasons ago, and they were one of our top teams, and it kind of felt like it just didn't feel right this season. It felt like they fell off a little bit, but now we know they're just saving themselves for the playoffs.
Yeah. Yep.
Bill's actually coming every week. So
Well, let's not hold our breath on that. Let's wait and see if he comes to the next game. I do it week by week basis. Next up, we have Wild Style versus Hog Mob. Now, Mike,
yes.
all you've been doing this whole season is disrespecting Wild Style.
No, I haven't.
And you did it again this past
Yeah.
week by picking Hog Mob to beat them.
Now you're just trying to
What's
stir
with
something
that?
up.
What's with
You're
that?
stirring
I'm sick
something
of you disrespecting Wild
Just
Style.
because I hopped on the Hog Mob train early and stayed on it, unlike yourself, you just hopped from wagon to wagon.
I stayed Wild Style all
Where do
season.
you go?
I was on Wild Style's bandwagon all season.
No, you weren't.
Hey, I'm not on
Watch
anyone's.
the video. I think I picked them to win every game except maybe when they played the faculty. And they didn't play the faculty, so every game.
And I'm not on anyone's bandwagon. I pick who I think is going to win every week. That's what you should be doing. You should be objective.
What kind of answer is that?
You shouldn't be on anyone's bandwagon. You should be completely objective when making picks on this
If
show.
you look at like
If you're jumping on
Skip Bayless
bandwagons,
and Stephen A, they have their teams, right?
well, I would never want to be compared to them.
Skip he likes the Spurs for some odd reason.
I know, and that's very bad for Spurs fans because that gives us a bad name. Because, well, that's a whole other topic. But I pick who I think is going to win every week. I don't hop on any bandwagons, not even my own. Not even my own team's bandwagon.
How many
I don't
times
hop
did you
on.
pick against Prestige this year?
That's not important. That's just, again,
So
minor
you hop
details,
on
not
his own
important. I don't know. how
You
many
guys are
times.
getting completely sidetracked.
Yeah, can we talk
Let's get
about
back to
the
this
game?
game.
Just see.
First off, I want to congratulate Wild Style. They won a playoff game
That's
this
a good
season.
win.
They had a great regular season last season, and unfortunately they ran into the Fireballers. So luckily, the Fireballers were knocked out by In the Mix. So
At least
Wildstyle didn't have to
once
worry
in the
about this
video.
season.
I'm tired of hearing it. Literally, I'm tired of hearing it.
Damian Ware, 24 points, 8 rebounds.
Then he
Craig
just goes on to
Schweizer,
something else.
monster game by Craig. 10 points, 5 rebounds. I'm expecting more out of Michael Vault, though. I need him to pick up his game. It's playoff time.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember last season he didn't even show up for the playoff game.
Mike Vault actually, he was nervous. A lot of his guys weren't coming until like 5 minutes
I hear
before the game
I hear that's been
started.
an ongoing issue with the
He
team.
was getting a little nervous.
It could be the
You
the
might
end
have
of
to
it.
suspend them for a playoff game. Just send a message. You better show up on time.
He should dock
Yeah, see,
them.
I'll-
Whatever they're getting paid, he should dock them.
Yasiel Puigdemont. Or however you say that guy's name.
Then we look at Hog Mob. Good season. They caught fire in the middle of the season. It looked like they had a lot of promise going to the playoffs. Could possibly make a deep run, but they ran into our most dominant team, Wildstyle.
Either Wildstyle played excellent defense or Hog Mob couldn't hit a thing.
I've been saying all season that Wildstyle is one of our best defensive teams.
Well, they proved
They're
it.
up there, they're right there with J Squad.
They proved I hold them to 15 to 49 shooting. I mean, that's a really, really low percentage. So
But like I mentioned, Wildstyle moves on. No fireballers in their way this season.
That's twice already. He said something. Twice.
Next up, we have J Squad versus our very own Dan's Prestige Worldwide. Dan, you guys gave J Squad a real scare. In this game, at halftime, I believe you were up 4 points.
3
And
points, yeah. I think we're up 3.
Do you think it was a scare?
it was 4.
It was 4, okay.
Yeah, I was just editing the video.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
4. 4 it is.
Okay, 4.
I believe it was 24 to 20.
You think it was a scare?
Yeah,
J Squad?
J Squad, they were definitely nervous. The game after, they were, I saw them stand out in the hallway. They were like, they couldn't figure it out. They were like, they felt like they played bad, but I really think that Prestige Worldwide brought out the worst in them.
Well,
Are you saying that they like played down to their competition?
No, I'm saying that Prestige Worldwide had a good game
Yeah.
plan. That's all I was saying.
What was your game plan, man?
I mean, it doesn't matter now, but
Yeah. I mean, obviously it didn't work.
all right, well, I was going to say it, but, it doesn't matter now. Who cares? No, our game plan was basically, we knew we had a size advantage outside of Dan Glazier. There wasn't really anyone on J Squad who could match up with our big guys down there. So we tried to pound it inside as much as we could. If they doubled, that's when our shooters would shoot. They did a good job on me, especially defensively. I couldn't really get my three-point shot going. That was a little frustrating. But, overall I'm happy with the way we played. We got to the foul line a lot. We got them in the penalty within like 8 minutes of the second half. Like at the 12-minute mark, they were already in the penalty. So we just wanted to keep driving the ball, and they were content to just keep reaching in and fouling us. So we were saying, okay, we'll take the foul shots that way. And that's really what kept the game close. We didn't really, with all those foul shots being shot, that stopped the game, stopped the momentum for them. I don't think they could really get momentum until the last couple of minutes of the game where they just kind of pulled away from us and hit some big shots, and we couldn't match it.
Dan, you want to hear what I think you should have done?
Well, it doesn't matter now.
Yeah, I know, but you should have gotten the ball to Kurt Phillips. Look at his numbers.
We did get the ball to him.
More, I'm saying.
We tried.
6 for 9,
Yeah,
14 points.
yeah.
Get the ball to him.
I'm seeing something else, and I have to ask Dan a question, somewhat of a personal question, I guess. Dan, do you think that bad karma was on your side?
No.
Because of all the bashing you've done of Rims this entire season,
That
do you
is
think
true.
the Rams came back to haunt you this game?
His
I
numbers.
don't think so.
2 for 12 for Prestige's team from 3-point line.
3 for 11 for Dan Schultz.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Chalk
You
up
want
to the
you
Rams
want an
or good
excuse?
defense?
You want an excuse? All right. I worked 7 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Oh,
Saturday.
there we go.
I worked 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sunday that came straight to the game. I worked 26 hours in the past few days. I was exhausted by the end of the first half.
I knew we'd get it out of him. I
That's
knew we'd
my
get it out of
excuse.
him.
That's
Now,
my
I'm-
excuse. And that's not even an excuse. I just didn't play that well. I was tired, but I didn't even. I could have played well, and I didn't.
Now, that's enough about Prestige Worldwide. Let's
Yes.
talk about a team that's still in the
Thank you.
playoffs.
Thank you.
Let's take a look here. John Moore, great game. 17 points, 6 for 8 from the field. Talk about efficient. And you had Ted Dwyer. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Ted Dwyer, 11 big points.
Fresh
Coming off
off
his vacation,
vacation, yep.
we didn't know how it was going to affect him.
He had fresh legs.
I couldn't believe. First game in a while, I saw Ted come to where he didn't have his lawn chair ready. He didn't have his Hawaiian shirt on. So I knew Ted was here and he meant business. Now, J Squad is destined to make it to the championship game.
Finish second
To
place.
make it to the championship game. So I don't think there was anything Prestige Worldwide could do. I mean, they did all they could. It was a lot closer than I thought it would be. They, controlled the whole first half. Prestige, that is.
You're throwing little cheap shots at Dan over here. I'm on to you.
No, I said they controlled the
Sneaky
first
cheap
half.
shots.
Let's not congrats to J Squad. Prestige Worldwide, after how rough their season was, especially early on, they really came together in the end. And it shows it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
We could have played even better. That's
Do you think if you had DJ Macy, you would have won this game?
Possibly.
We would have been closer, definitely.
That's
I'm not
that's
sure.
an easy
That's
answer.
that's a what if question. I hate what if questions because
We try to completely stay away from what ifs on this show.
yes, no speculation whatsoever.
Next up, in what most would call the shocker
Of the
of the
century.
weekend.
Of the century.
But no, because I correctly predicted this.
Me too.
Did you go Docs Old Guys? No, I didn't think so. You guys, actually, I might even
Now
pull,
I'm on
I might pull up the clip from this show so everyone can see how badly you guys disrespected me and my prediction.
Well, now
I might pull it up.
I'm on Doc's bandwagon. That's
It's
all
too
it
late.
is.
It's too late. There's not enough room on there anymore.
Nope, there's room for one more.
Docs Old Guys All Stars comes into this game. They battle throughout the game in the mix. It looked like with about 2 minutes and 22 seconds to be exact, it looked like there wasn't going to be enough time left in this game for Docs Old Guys All Stars. They were able to, behind the clutch shooting from Pete Faverio, they were able to come back, tie this game up, take it in overtime, which is where they were able to finish them off.
I know it was shocking. It was shocking the way it happened. Because
What's the game plan in overtime? I feel like every person who scores first always wins.
Well, no.
No, in the mix scored first and everything.
Yeah, they
You
did.
sure?
Yeah.
Yep.
I believe they hit a 3-pointer.
Really?
Something
Yeah,
like that.
Well, I don't think I
They definitely scored first. I was just watching the video.
In the mix.
Watching the game.
In the mix.
You were. What are you just gonna say? That's your excuse for anything? Yeah, I was just watching. the
I
video.
watched two. I'm getting ready game footage and stuff for scouting for next season.
Can we talk about the game?
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
If I can be completely honest, and I don't mean any offense whatsoever, and I'm sure they would agree with me, In the Mix shook this game away. They had this game. They were up 5 with a minute left. I came in. They were up. I think they were up 5 with a minute left when I came in, and they had this game. And when you have the ball, and you're up 2 or 3, which is the case that In the Mix was in, why would you go for a layup? Why just hold
It
on
was-
to the ball?
I saw that too. It was
Just
a
hold on
costly
to the ball.
mistake.
Make them foul you, even
Run
if
off
it's
as much time as you can.
even if it's 90% open, because I think
There was somebody back on defense.
Yes. It was Gavin, but Gavin just went straight up, and,
Yeah.
and he missed a wide open layup, and it's just like, why would you even shoot a layup? Like, I understand.
Pull it
like,
back out. I mean, no, you take the points when the points are available, but I feel like a contested shot at that point, no matter what kind of shot it is,
I know. I was
probably
very,
isn't
very
the best
surprised.
decision.
I was very surprised in how in the Mix closed this game out. And yeah, I give a lot of credit to Doc's Old Guy All Stars. They had 5 guys in double figures. First of all, making it to the game, I heard from Alan's wife that they did have dinner before the game.
So did they skip nap time?
Yeah. So maybe
So they
That
must
was
have-
risky.
They must have went right to sleep when they went back.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. They've probably been sleeping since that game. But yeah, I mean, overall, as I said, very good game. They shot very well from the perimeter for the most part. I mean, 9 of 30, which doesn't sound great, but if you shoot 30 to 35% from 3 in this league, that's actually pretty good. They rebounded the ball extremely well, and yeah, as said, everyone chipped in, and they should be very proud of themselves for winning this game.
Now, Moses Denby actually was a few minutes late to this game. And you know what? It's a playoff game. And when he first came in, he was a little bit rusty. He got together a little later on. But in the Mix, it's the type of team that jumps up on you early and holds that lead throughout. They let Docs hang around. And
So what are you saying? If Moses showed up?
I don't know what would. Remember, we don't do the what if
No,
thing.
I was
no,
trying to get
don't
you
do
to
that.
ask a what if question.
I don't do that. I'm just
Don't
saying.
do that.
I'm just saying. it could have affected the game.
Sure.
So, but lots of credit to Doc's Old Guys All Stars. Now they come in as the 11th seed. They're clearly better than that. It took them a little while to get together, but now they're rolling.
Mm-hmm.
They're rolling now. In the mix, great season. It's a heartbreaker though. I think this is the second season in a row they lost early in the playoffs. So
Yeah. I mean, I had the penciled in as the title team, but
I've been telling you all season, you want to put them at number one. You did all season too.
I had them. Well, I had them as winning the championship, not as number one
In the
but as
power
winning
rank,
the
but
championship.
you were waiting for Wild Style to lose so you could switch them.
I wasn't waiting for. I just go.
wow,
I don't-
waiting. That's a strong word right there. Waiting for them to lose.
That's offensive, and I'm going to demand an apology after this show is complete.
Now, I'm a little concerned that Kayla didn't show up. I mean,
Again.
playoffs. Where is her dedication?
I don't know, but I mean,
Maybe.
they're going to need someone to take charges on that team. Okay, I mean, no one else. If anyone else on Doc's Old Guy All Stars tries to take a charge, they might break a hip.
I think I
You
did
don't
hear
want that to
that,
happen. What's that?
I heard that Joe Karami's not going to be here this weekend.
Oh,
So does
he
that
had
mean
a
Kayla
really
comes
big
in?
3-pointer in overtime that I think ended up putting them up 4 points, and
So
they were able to
Kayla's
hold up
back
the lead.
or what?
They're
I
gonna,
said
they're
they're
gonna need
gonna-
somebody to run the show at point
They're
guard.
going to need someone running the show at point guard and taking charges because if one of them takes it, if anyone else on Doc's Old Guy All Stars takes the charge,
They
they
might
might
not
break
get
a
back
hip.
up.
They might break a hip and not get back
Falling's a
up.
real concern at that age. It's a real
So
concern.
they're going to need you this week, Kayla.
Now we look at Allen, 4 for 10, but 0 for 4 from the 3-point line. When he was inside shooting, he was killing. He's what, like 6'5". His game around the basket is good. I think he needs to stay in there. He needs to abandon the 3-point shot unless he's going to shoot it off one leg.
MVP candidate Doc himself
Wait,
needs to pick it up.
MVP candidate.
Well, according to him, before the
Early
season.
on, he showed glimpses of it. One game.
One game he had like 36.
One game he showed that he can still do it. Just so I didn't look like I didn't know what I was talking about.
Well, you look like that every week. So.
No, I clearly knew exactly what I was talking about. I predicted Docs by 3 points in this game. They
well,
won by 4.
Wait till we get to
They
the
won
A
by
division
4.
video.
They won by 4.
Wait till we get to the A division game.
How dare you disrespect my picks? If I start showing clips of your picks and how awful they are, I'll do it. I'll do a whole highlight film on your bad picks.
So you're going crazy over
There's
here.
not going to be very
You're,
many
you're
of them.
going like crazy blackmail. Like I'll pull it up. I'll pull the video up.
I'll do
He's
it.
Mr. Perfect.
No,
He needs
because
to
you
jump,
guys,
because wait till we get to the A
guys were
division
so
game.
disrespectful of Docs Old Guys All Stars when I made this pick last week. So you know what, Gavin, get on there, give them both a hard time. Make them eat a little bit of crap.
That's all right. They're going down this week.
Speaking of Gavin, 17 points, 9 rebounds. I'm sorry. They had no answer for him underneath.
Yeah.
Great game
Not
for
surprised.
Doc's Old Guys All Stars. Good season for In the Mix. Doc's Old Guys All Stars. Move on. Now let's change. Let's transition here to the A division. All right. First up, we have Drunk Monkeys versus ACC.
Now, Dave, when you look at the stat sheet, what's the first thing you see under the first team? It's the first name that's listed under the first team listed on the sheet.
Larry.
Can I be now?
No, just answer the question.
Lawrence has a DNP.
Who's
next
Lawrence?
Yeah, who's Lawrence?
Come on, call him Larry.
to me. I won't do it. L has a DNP next
It's
to it.
Larry. Larry has a big old check mark next to DNP. Are you kidding me? I thought we had already been through this. I thought everyone had learned their lesson, but apparently Larry thinks he's too good not to show up to playoff games anymore. And if you're a Drunk Bucky fan, that's concerning.
Do you know what's even more concerning?
What?
But it changed. Dan, I know you weren't here for this game. I'm gonna give you a little bit of information about how this game started. First off, Steve Lee, right outside the gym, he's just pacing back and forth, telling me, Dave, L's not coming or Larry's not coming. He's like, but we still got Brandon, we got New York. So it's game time. No Brandon, no New York. Steve has to start himself. And I don't know what it is, if he's running around a lot, he doesn't have a chance to talk as much or what, but it was really quiet for early on in this game. ACC was up early, that could have had something to do with it, But all of a sudden, the cavalry arrived. Brandon got there, New York got there. So Brandon, just imagine if he was there on time. He might have been able to drop 50 this game.
Yeah, what a game. 42
Steve
points.
was actually the leading scorer, I think, before they came.
I think he had their first 4 points of the game.
Wow.
I thought he was going to go for a career high and maybe drop 8. By the way, I don't know, Steve, I don't know if he's threatening us or what, but he said he's coming on the show.
Yeah, he's another no-show this week, Steve. I knew he'd
And
freak
he's supposed to
out.
contact me. Come on, that's going to be some must-see TV. We're going to get to ask Steve all the questions we want.
Oh, man.
I can't wait.
Wow. A tell-all interview with Drunk Monkey's captain.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, if he's threatening to come on the show, I don't know.
Well, no, he says he's coming on, but I don't know if that's like,
No, well,
He's been saying it for like 4 or 5 weeks now.
yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we'll see about that. But I would like to set up an interview with Brandon Tunnel after his game. 42 points on 14 of 19 shooting from the field.
The only question I had for him after the game, I said, Brandon, you couldn't get 50. He goes, I'll get it next game.
Oh, we'll get the next game. Oh, okay.
Who do they play next game? Look out. I don't know who they play, but look out.
Tamir Gibbs, great game for him by ACC, 29 points. He felt like and I think Mo had a pretty good 13 points. A lot of shots there to get there. Trevon Moore, 18 points. But, once Brandon got there, they just did not have an answer for him. He was making everything. Maybe he should just start coming late. You know what? I think I realized what it is. Brandon's not comfortable in the starting lineup. He plays a lot better when he's the second person off
And
the
so
bench.
does Steve.
You know what I think it is?
Steve plays a lot better when he's a starter.
Steve, I think, needs to put himself in the starting lineup, and Brandon needs to just move to the bench.
Yeah.
Here's a stat for you. In games that Larry Hines does not come to the game and Steve Lee starts, Brandon Tunnel has 40-plus points.
So you think Larry's a problem?
I'm just
That's
saying.
an
I'm just saying.
ESPN stat
I'm
there.
just saying a simple stat. I'm not hitting on anything. Just saying a stat. That's all I'm here to do. I'm a stat boy. Okay. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that.
Good season by ACC, but that's what happens when you run into the champs. I think we're at 21-0 right now. We're at 21-0. I'm pumped about that.
I don't think you or Steve know how many wins it is.
I'm gonna get shirts made. I'm gonna get shirts made
That's
before
just-
even the championship game. I think if they win 2 more, it'll be 23. I'm just gonna get shirts made. They might beat the Undertaker's
Is that-
streak.
I've heard
The
you say
Undertaker could only get 21, right? Is that what he ended up with?
I'll say 21-1.
So they're at 21 now. I hope the Undertaker losing his streak doesn't affect Steve.
Wrestling.
But
It was a streak, Dan. It was a streak.
you and Steve need to get together and talk about how many wins it actually is.
Yeah.
Because
We're
you
gonna
say
figure
it's
this-
21 straight. I see Steve
No, he said it's
saying on
21.
Facebook
No, he said 21.
going for 19 straight. And then after the game,
I
it's
think he
21
changes it every day.
straight.
Yeah, he counted us too. Counted us
So I
too.
don't think you guys know.
But Steve, seriously, we want you on the show. Tell him, Dan.
Yeah, sure. Come on through. Come on through. I've never disrespected Drunk Monkey once. I have nothing to hide. That's fine.
Champs. Regular season champs. Next up, you don't know. Sky's the limit right now for Drunk Monkey. Sky's the limit.
I know.
They're
You
trying to
really
catch
like
that
Drunk
Shooters
Monkey.
Club record.
What is the Shooters Club record?
Nobody knows that
Yeah,
either.
Mark claims
but
it's like 32. But
Yeah,
I
Mark-
don't
Mark
believe
just
it. 'Cause that would be 3 championships in a row, wouldn't it?
yeah,
You can't trust Mark then.
I'm going to get knocked out now.
First round.
Yeah. More on Mark next season.
Actually, that's
'cause he's
probably
in the
about right.
playoffs, so he can't talk.
Because they won 2 in a row and then they lost first round. So it'd be 12-12 and 8-32.
Were they I don't think they were undefeated though when they won their championship. Were they undefeated when they won? I don't know.
No, not for it.
No, you're right. It's not. They're not here anymore.
They're not.
Next up, we have the Crew versus the Blue Devils.
This was one of Dave's smartest picks of the year. I think he had Blue Devils winning this. How many did you say they're going to win by?
Probably 3 or something.
Well, it wasn't close.
We'll pull the tape up. We'll do it.
We will.
We'll pull the
I think
tape
I
up.
had the Crew by 20, which was pretty close.
Yeah, I had around there.
They won by 32. So you're right.
Yeah, this is disappointing. I like the Blue Devils a lot. I thought they had the potential to keep it somewhat close, but man, the Crew just blew them out and played great defense in doing so. Apparently, 13 to 47 shooting for Blue Devils, 6 to 22 from three. Not the best shooting marks in the world.
Seeing this game for the Blue Devils, they didn't look ready to play basketball. I mean,
Would Pat and Frank walk in?
they walked
1
in
minute
pretty much
before
as
they
we were ready to toss the ball up for tip-off, and Pat's the one supposed to be doing the tip-off. So he pretty much walked in. I don't even know if he had I think he probably put his shoes on the car, so I don't even know. Walked in, I don't even know if he had his shoes tied yet. Walked in to do tip-off, said, all right, upset time. And you could just tell it was completely sarcastic, that he didn't think they had a shot of winning. But I thought it would at least be competitive. Dan, how do you feel about your Blue Devils now?
Well, I don't own the Blue Devils, so they're not my Blue Devils. But, you know, I said from the start, they really missed Dave Henninger in the middle from a couple
I
seasons
actually heard
ago.
some rumors that Dave Henninger is getting ready to come back.
He's
Like,
back on
he's
the
playing
court.
at a little bit lower level of talent,
Mhm.
just to get ready to play.
Okay.
But I hear, rumor has it, he's back playing some basketball.
Okay, well that would be big for them. And you know, whenever you have guys like C.J. Brown and Isaiah McGee having off shooting nights against a team like the Crew, you're going to be in trouble. I mean, those are your two primary offensive threats. And Pat needs to, both McCuskers need to take more shots. They need to be more selfish.
I want Pat to take less shots. I actually, next season that Pat plays, I would like him to not take a single shot the entire season.
Jacoby it, like just be like, all right.
I think he needs to work on other parts of his game.
Like
His defense.
His tip offs.
He being on time would
Jump
just
ball.
be yeah. Just like I want him there so early. He's on the sidelines practicing the tip off. That's what I want. You know how like for football you can get those little tees that like hold the football and you can practice doing your kickoffs. Well, I want him to get something where it just tosses the ball up in the air. So he doesn't even need someone over there with him. And he just keeps jumping up trying to get
Yeah,
it.
he's got to get the ball at its highest point.
Oh my gosh.
Broke my phone. Pat's got me all flustered. Showing up late.
One guy in double figures for the Blue Devils, and that was Pat himself.
Yeah.
You know, maybe cut him a break a little bit, all right?
No, he's
He's the worst.
yeah, I've had it with Pat for the season. I might get Pat in here to have him do his own show on why he played so awful this season.
I would watch that show. Probably get more hits than this show.
But
The Crew, give a lot of credit to the Crew. Come on. We did by 32 points.
I'm getting there.
They've done
I'm
that
getting
all
there.
season.
Tehran,
All they average like winning by 35, I think.
Is
or
Tehran
something.
really the best player in the league?
He's definitely up
He's making a
there.
case for it.
Yeah. I mean, if he keeps this up, he could be.
Sheesh.
He could be if the Crew gets the championship game, which it'll probably be against Drunk Monkey.
I doubt it. But go on with your statement.
What part is down?
Disrespect.
The Crew or Drunk Monkey being in the championship game?
I know the Crew's going to be there.
Don't they have to go through the best squad?
Yeah, the Crew's going to be there. They're my two favorite teams in the league. So I can't
I'm
lose.
just glad.
now.
I'm just glad you don't pick favorites.
I can't lose it now.
But yeah, you have a point there with Jerron Moon probably being. He has a chance to be playoff MVP if he keeps this up.
Vern Sharper's my dude Lawrence Hines. Not showing up to anything anymore.
Well, I saw a comment on the Facebook page where it was a team photo of the Crew, and Vern goes, I was like, I'm not in the picture. Vern, you have to be there to get in pictures. I considered for a split second,
Photoshop it in there?
just putting. Remember what I did to you when I just put your head in there? For a split second, but I didn't want to do that to Vern yet. So I was just gonna have his head floating there, just like I did with you.
Or you could have taken his body and had him be like almost stuck on by like Isaiah.
Should I just change it to Vern?
You should.
I might do
That's
that.
what you get. That's what you get for not showing up. That's only fair.
Get dunked on by 17. I like it. I like that is rough though. The picture that's on Facebook. Poor Isaiah.
Well, he didn't get dunked on, but it was close.
No, but he has no proof that he didn't.
Yeah.
The
Vern
picture.
actually had a good point on that picture. It's still a poster.
Yeah, it's still a
You
poster.
don't know whether it's it going in or not, but
But
I'd buy that poster.
you know what though? Even though he didn't get dunked on, when you don't come ready to play as a team, someone deserves to almost get dunked on.
Isaiah, he's just ready to pack it in at the beach.
Yeah, he's
He's
ready.
a beach bum.
He's already just thinking. He's figuring out how he's going to do it. He's already just figured out how
He's
gonna
already
do it.
knows how.
I mean, it's just a matter of when.
But that'll wrap it up. Any last shots at Pat you guys want to take before we're done?
Yeah.
No.
Or Vern or Larry, anybody?
No.
All right. All done with that? All done with that? Okay.
I'm very mature on this show. I don't take shots at anybody.
Cool. We'll pull up the footage.
There you go.
There's so much footage now.
Going to the
Yeah.
archives.
We have like 250 videos in our archives. So
Yeah,
it's a lot of footage.
We spent a lot of time in front of this camera,
We have.
all for nothing.
Yeah.
But, all right, thanks for checking us out this week. Good luck to the remaining, I think we have six games, so we have 12 teams left. Semifinals for each division. This weekend, I'm excited about it. We have some great games, and we're going to be talking about them in our next video coming up. Anything for you guys?
Nope.
All right, we'll see everyone on Sunday.